The name is Lamingtons. Okay, they call it Lamo or Lamos. It was developed in the late 18th century. Okay, and it has become very popular. It is named after the governor who was there at that time. His name was Lord Lamington, and thus these small little cakes got their name. Now these small little cakes are basically, we have to make a sponge cake and with butter, etc. And then we have to cut them into small pieces, squares. The squares can be 2 inches by 2 inches, and then these small little squares, they are dipped in a chocolate sauce, and then they are coated with desiccated coconut. I can tell you it is one of the most liked cake in Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so we are going to show you how to go about doing that. Now this cake is very, as I said, very popular, and therefore you will find in they use it a lot during fundraising ceremonies. Okay, now the ingredients to make the cake for the Lamington is butter. We are going to use butter. Then this is powdered sugar, refined flour. Here we have 2 eggs. I have broken the eggs and put it in the mug so that I can beat it easily. Then we have baking powder here, vanilla essence, and we have some milk. Okay, so it's a creaming method, and I'm going to start with the butter. Okay, I'm going to soften up the butter. Butter will give an excellent flavor to our cake, so we have used butter. Just soften it up, okay? All of you have done this method, you have used this method many times to make so many cakes in your first year. Okay, now this is softened up. I am going to start adding the sugar. Again, sugar, as you all know, I am using my hand, so obviously I can't use add all the sugar at one time. I will be adding in parts, so that the mixture gets creamed properly, okay, and a lot of air gets incorporated. First mix and then start creaming. So I'll keep the vessel like this and I'll start creaming. Okay, so again I have finished creaming the first part of the sugar. Then I'll add the second. Now here what you have to do is, or have to take care is, that you keep cleaning the sides of the vessel. Because when we add egg, we want a proper emulsion. So therefore, if you push everything at the base, then the egg also will get mixed properly. Otherwise, the curdling will start happening on the edges. So that's why it's very important to clear the sides of the bowl. Keep your arms loose. Now what we'll do is we'll add the third part of the sugar, okay? Again, clear the sides of the bowl. Push everything to the base. Add the third bit. First mix it with the mixture, otherwise all the sugar will spill. Mix it nicely and then cream. The back of the wooden spoon should touch the vessel or the bowl. Now the last bit of the sugar I am going to add, but before that I will just again clean the sides. Here we go, again mix it with the butter and sugar and then cream. Okay, now I am very happy with the creaming. Okay, can you see it is light and fluffy, and therefore I am just going to keep this on the side and I am going to beat the eggs. 2 eggs. I'm going to beat it. I am not going to add the essence at the beginning. Once the eggs come up a little bit, then I am going to add the essence. Now many years back, British Council had sent us a video, and in that video they had shown 2 cakes which were made by 2 chefs. In one cake, what they had done is they had done the creaming very well, and in the other cake the creaming was not done so well, but they had beaten the eggs very well, and you will not imagine the end result. The cake in which the creaming was done very well, the cake came up so well. It was soft, spongy texture, whereas the second cake, where the creaming was done but not very well, but the eggs were beaten up very well. So the bottom line is that when you are making a cake using the creaming method, you have to do the creaming of the butter, sugar or margarine or sugar extremely well. Spend an extra few minutes to cream the butter and sugar. Now here I have beaten the eggs. Now I am going to add the vanilla essence. After we add the vanilla essence, I am just going to mix it up well. There we go. I am going to keep this on the side, and I am going to take my bowl where I have creamed the sugar and the butter. Now when you are adding the eggs, you have to be very quick, for the simple reason that the more you play with the mixture, the curdling is bound to happen. If you want, you can add a little of the flour here, so that if at all curdling takes place, the starch in the flour will absorb the water from the egg. But I am not going to add any flour. I am just going to try mixing the egg without adding flour. Let me see. Again, eggs in 4 parts. Be quick. The second part, before you add, beat up the eggs again. The more you play with this mixture and keep checking to see whether it's curdling, it is bound to curdle. So just be quick. The third lot. And the fourth lot. That's done. Finished with the eggs. Now I'm just going to use my spatula and clean up the sides and bring everything again to the base. Okay. Now I will mix the eggs. No more playing with this. I am going to put the flour and the baking powder. I am going to sieve it over the mixture. So here we have flour and here with this baking powder. And you see, you can sieve it and keep it ready, but you can do this way also. Now the most important thing is I am going to remove the wooden spoon. The work is over. Wooden spoon has finished its work. So mixing, creaming, all that is done. Now the cut and fold is to be done with the help of a spatula. So just clean up this wooden spoon and keep it on the side. After that, I am going to do the cut and fold. Now I have to add milk here. So I cannot add the milk after I mix all the flour. I have mixed the flour a little bit. 3-4 times I have just done the cut and fold, and I am going to add the milk here. Milk, please put it on the side like this. This is 120 ml of milk. I am going to add all of it as per the recipe. Now when you are cutting and folding, do like this. Don't keep your spatula like this. When you are doing like this, what you are doing is you are expelling the air. So therefore you mix it like this and the spatula goes like this. So this way you can do 2-3 times or many more times. But the spatula is never done kept like this, okay? Be careful. And you see, I am just mixing it like this with the spatula, but I am keeping the spatula straight, not flat. Okay, now this is mixed properly. One last time I will just mix it and I will pour this or tip this batter into the cake tin. Okay, now I am going to tip this batter into this mold. What we have done is, basically it's a loose bottom thing. We have just, because we want squares, so that's why we have used these tins to bake the cake. 21st July is designated as the National Lamington Day. Okay, it's so popular there that they have a special day where they celebrate it by, making every bakery, makes lamingtons and people go and buy, and it is celebrated in a big way. Once I divide the batter into these two tins, I am going to spread it out. I am not going to bang the tin. I am just going to spread it out with a spatula, and then we bake at 180 degrees centigrade, as all cakes are baked, for about 25 to 30 minutes. Then I will just spread this out. See, we do not want too much of a height for this cake. Okay, it's just, I told you, 2 inches by 2 inches. So therefore, don't bang the tin, please. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the sauce for the lamingtons, in which we are going to dip the cake in this sauce. Now for the sauce we require milk chocolate here, then there's cocoa powder, icing sugar, butter and milk. I'm going to put all this in a bowl and put it over a double boiler. So now one by one I'm going to first I'll put the chocolate here, then we will put the cocoa powder. There's no particular sequence or anything, you can put anything, first, second, no sequence. And then milk I'll put, and last I'll put the butter. The ingredients are all there in the recipe, please check. I'll just mix it a little bit and I will put it over hot water. If you want, you can use a whisk to mix, but you know, it's all going to melt and a nice sauce is going to get ready after about 20 minutes. Once this sauce is ready, then what you are going to do is you are going to cool down the sauce a little bit, and then we'll show you what is to be done. Yeah. Now I'll just put it over this and forget about it for the next 20 minutes. Okay, now this sauce which I told you, we had put it over the hot water on a double boiler. The chocolate is melted and we have a smooth sauce here. So obviously I cannot dip my cake in a hot sauce, so I'm going to cool it down so that it thickens up a little bit, and then we will show you how to use it. Okay. Okay, now this cake, the cake which was made, I'm going to cut this cake into small squares. Take a sharp knife and cut. After we have cut these squares, what I am going to do is I am going to dip it in the chocolate sauce which was made sometime back and coat it in desiccated coconut. So here we have okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to take one square and I am going to put it in the chocolate sauce and I am going to keep rolling. It should be fully covered with the chocolate glaze. After that I am going to lift it up with the fork and I am going to try and take out as much as the sauce as I can, and then I am going to put it in the desiccated coconut and then sprinkle some desiccated coconut all over the lamington and then carefully lift it and place it on a tray. Normally there is no garnish for this. This is how it is served. Okay, so I am going to roll all this in chocolate sauce and again roll it in desiccated coconut and then taste it.